Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Barcelona take on Granada at the Camp Nou in an absolutely imperative match in the Liga title race where Barcelona know that victory on Thursday night will send us top of La Liga for the first time this season with just 5 games remaining after this one. It is an absolutely massive game here at the Camp Nou. So without any further ado, let's get in to today's match preview. And this one, as mentioned there, will be coming to us live from the Camp Nou, so it is a chance at home for Barcelona to make their stake on the title race here, and it is going to be, of course, another Thursday clash for Barcelona, this time though at 7 PM local time, so that's 6 PM over here in the UK, 7 PM over there in Spain, so make sure you guys watch out to see what time the game starts for you guys so you don't miss this one, because of course it is an absolutely massive game. So let's actually begin here with Barcelona, who of course, as we know, have made quite the comeback in La Liga in 2021, you've got to say. We've picked up 46 out of a possible 51 points available in the new year, and that is quite incredible, you've got to say. And this game here against Granada is actually our 6th last game of the season in La Liga, so after this one, as mentioned earlier, there will be just 5 games remaining, and that really tells you the whole story about how incredibly tight this title race is right now. And of course, this clash has even more significance because if Barcelona were to gain victory in tomorrow's game against Granada, we would go top of La Liga for the first time this entire campaign after the end of a match week, after Real Madrid drew to Betis on Saturday, after we narrowly beat Villarreal on Sunday afternoon, and then after Atlético de Madrid lost away to Athletic Club in a crazy game there on the Sunday evening. So with all of that in mind, guys, it does really beg the question, can Ronald Koeman, can the players step up here? Because this team, it hasn't been top of La Liga yet this season, and look, we're in nearly May now, and that really says it all, guys. This is really our first massive chance to take control of what has been an incredible title race. The players, Ronald Koeman, can they really step up here, secure a victory when the stakes are so high? That's the question for tomorrow's game. And I think coming into tomorrow's game, guys, it is of course a huge game in the title race. Koeman will have to get this one right. Tactically, his team, he has to get it spot on, because I think we all agreed after that Villarreal game, this team is tired, this team is knackered, this team is shattered. We have a good now 3 days off in between these fixtures, but surely it's time to rest a few players. I think you look at the guys we need to take out. I think Piqué has come up from injury in the Copa final. Since then, he hasn't really rested. Of course, he came off at half-time against Getafe, but he still looks pretty tired in my opinion. We've got players like Araujo knocking on the door there to come in for him. I think looking into midfield, Pedri is surely the guy we're all saying has to rest for this sort of clash. And you've got options such as Dembélé and Ilaix Moriba certainly ready to come in for him. But not only do we have to be excellent here, guys, we've also got to be extremely wary of what is going to be a very good opponent coming to the Camp Nou tomorrow in Granada. And to be honest, guys, I do actually feel our run-in in the La Liga season is pretty tough in my opinion. We've got several hard games as we're seeing. And this one against Granada here at the Camp Nou is not going to be easy either. They're a good side, they've got a good coach, they're pushing for Europe, they're once more the sort of side you feel that can come to the Camp Nou and make things very difficult for Barcelona. And one thing I want to mention on Barcelona here is the need to play a 90-minute match. And that might sound weird to you guys, but let's look back to the past few games now. And I do feel over the past month or so in La Liga, we haven't been playing for 90 minutes. We've done it in spells, then we've suffered for long periods of the game. We did, of course, the horrible first half against Real Madrid in La Liga. You had the game against Valladolid at the Camp Nou where we just weren't at it for large periods of that game. Of course, the one against Huesca before the international break, I felt we completely set off after we got the third goal in the second half. The game against Villarreal, we definitely didn't just turn up in that second half, especially after Trigueros got sent off. There was, of course, the second half against Getafe where we really collapsed for large periods of times, guys. And all those examples there just tell you this team is tired. And really, guys, they haven't been playing 90-minute matches for a while now. It has reminded us a little bit, I feel, of what we used to do a lot under Valverde. We used to, get 1 or 2-0 up, then settle for a bit, and then see if we can kill the game on the counter-attack in the latter stages. It's risky, it's definitely not appealing to watch, and I think if we want to be champions, guys, we have got to step up in the coming fixtures. We've got players on the bench who can come in. I'm looking at Ilaix. Of course, you've got Roberto and DEST fighting for the right-back spot. You've got Araujo there, Dembélé. You've got loads of players who can come in here, just take a few minutes off the other players in the team and really mix this around. We've got some big games coming up. And as mentioned there, if we want to be champions of La Liga, we've got to improve it now for the full 90 minutes. But let's move on then to some predicted lineups, what we could be seeing in tomorrow's game. This first one on screen right now is going to be resting Piqué DEST, and Pedri. So this is what we've got. We've got Ter Stegen in goal, Mingueza, Araujo and Lenglet at the back. Roberto, I've gone to start at right wing back for this one. The reason I've gone for that is we've got Valencia on the weekend. I'm convinced that I want DEST to start that game. Then we've got Atletico the next Saturday. I'm also convinced I want DEST to start that match. So I just think, look, if we have to start Roberto here, then let's do it. In midfield, the like-for-like swap would, of course, be Elites in there for Pedri next to Busquets and De Jong. That would leave Alaba on the left and Messi and Griezmann up front. Of course, the two changes from this lineup would just be, Piqué and Pedri out for Araujo and Elites Moriba. And then, of course, you've got Roberto coming in at right back 2 for Serginho Dest. Another alternative that Koeman could go for is, of course, again, bringing Araujo in for Piqué at the back, but he could actually bring Dembélé in there for Pedri. We actually played this sort of lineup quite a bit when we used to drop De Jong into defence. We had Busquets and Pedri in the midfield there. And then we did have the front three of Messi, Griezmann and Dembélé out front. For this sort of game, that could actually be worthwhile. So let's see if Koeman reverts to that one. And then the final lineup, guys, is this. It can, again, drop De Jong back to centre-back. That would allow Elites there to go into midfield with Busquets. And it would also allow Dembélé to come in. So I think what we've got here, guys, is 3 players who are knocking on the door. You've got Araujo, of course you've got Elites Moriba, and you've got Dembélé. And I do get the feeling that Koeman should be starting at least 2 of these guys in tomorrow's game. So let me know in the comments down below, how would you start for this one? And now let us move on to our opposition in Granada. As I briefly mentioned there, Granada for me are a really tough side to play against. They have been in La Liga now for a few seasons, and they are going to be one of many tough sides we have been facing and will be facing in the La Liga total run-in this season. Granada currently sit 8th in La Liga. They are still pushing for Europe. I believe they got knocked out actually at the quarter-final stage by Manchester United, so that says it all as to how far they've come. But they did get a 2-1 defeat on Sunday to the high-flying Sevilla, so their hopes there of Europa League qualification have dimmed just a little bit after that one. But victory at the Camp Nou tomorrow would put them just 4 points behind 7th placed Villarreal, so that would put them right back in the running, you'd have to say. And I think all of this combined, guys, look at last season as well with how well Granada did. They nearly got to the Copa del Rey final, by the way, last season as well. They were knocked out there by a late Yuri goal to Athletic Club in the semis at home as well, so that was a bit of a sucker punch for them. But all of this, guys, the last 2 seasons under Diego Martinez, Granada, it tells us they're a good side. They are really a good team. I feel really they have been the feel-good story of Spanish football over the past few seasons. They've had an absolutely meteoric rise under coach Diego Martinez in the dugout, and they are the sort of side that can come to the Camp Nou tomorrow and certainly frustrate Barcelona. But I think the doubts will creep in for Granada, however, especially if Barcelona come out hungry tomorrow, given the fact that Granada have won just 1 of their last 10 away trips in La Liga. And of course, guys, they have already played us twice this season, both over there in Los Carmenes, and they lost 4-0 to us in La Liga there, guys. Griezmann and Messi were on inspired form that day. And also, of course, in that Copa del Rey tie where they lost 5-3 to us in extra time in what was a memorable game, you've got to say, for us on our run to the trophy. So look, in my opinion, we should be wary of Granada. I personally see them as a sort of side that actually can come to the Camp Nou on Thursday, and a night like this where we know we've got so much on the line and really, put a dagger in our hearts. I think they've got a decent system. They can certainly play in a good low block there, and they've also got some good quality with Kennedy, Soldado, Puertas as well. They've got good players in attack who I think we should certainly be wary of. But I think for ourselves, guys, we have to stay focused, because I'm absolutely convinced that if we threaten Granada early doors, we can really cause damage to their defence. I don't think it's the most tight in La Liga. As I said there, we've already scored 5 goals against them in the Copa, 4 goals against them in La Liga, so that's already 9 goals there in 2 games for Barcelona against Granada this season. So if we're really up for it, if Granada maybe feel, well, you know what, we're not going to get anything out of this game, we can punish them here, we can get some goals, and we can win this match. And of course, before we wrap up the match preview, let's move on to your predictions. This is what you guys have gone for, as ever, in confident mood ahead of this one. I think the Barcelona fans all gathering together and saying, let's get a big victory in this game. I'm going to go slightly more conservative. I could be completely wrong here, and I could say, you know what, Barcelona are going to blow Granada out of the water here. But I'm going to go for Barcelona 1, Granada 0. I think it's that sort of game where Barcelona are going to be nervous. They're going to be, oh my goodness me, we can get top of La Liga here for the first time in God knows how long. How have we done this? How have we come back? And actually a similar sort of setup to the game against Valladolid, where everyone expects us to win, where everyone says, go on Barca, do your job, get the victory. That can make it really tight. So I've gone for Barca 1, Granada 0. Of course, we could just win 4-0 and say, you know what, we're Barcelona, we're rampant here, we're going to throw Granada over. If that happened, great, I'd be all for it. But my prediction is going to be Barcelona 1, Granada 0. I could have gone for a 2-1-2, but I can see this one being a tight game with so much on the line. So that is where I will leave this match preview. As ever, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I will be back here after the game on the Thursday evening to discuss it all with you guys. Until then, enjoy yourselves, hopefully enjoy the match preview, hopefully enjoy the game, and goodbye.